Good morning from the beautiful Polynesian resort. We are walking over to the Grand Ceremonial House in order to catch the train to Magic Kingdom. And we can't wait to bring you along with us. So, here we go. By the way, one of the things I want to point out is as we're walking over the Grand Ceremonial House this morning, the amount of people going, I have no idea where I am on this property, like staring at the maps or like turning the wrong way and then turning right around and being like, I think it's this way. Look, the Polynesian property is actually mildly confusing because of all the vegetation that they have here. So pay attention to your maps and try to learn your path. Michelle and I kind of know it really well, so we're on our way there right now, but we just thought it was kind of amusing. In the upper floor of the Grand Ceremonial House, we have the Kona Island Coffee and Sushi Bar. Now, Michelle really likes their coffee here, so she's in the process of ordering a cafe latte. You can see the menu up here. They have a good selection of coffee, and Michelle really likes their coffee here. She actually rates it higher than Starbucks, which is hard to believe. I just want to show off Michelle's amazing outfit today. Her very Haunted Mansion themed outfit. Always gets lots of compliments on this dress, especially like the earrings. They even match the outfit. And she always looks so beautiful. One thing that I will point out today that I can already tell, it's going to be way cooler. Oh my goodness, I can feel it already. I am not roasting to death on the platform for the Polynesian as I wait for the monorail. Just like that, we're on the monorail, heading to Magic Kingdom. Woohoo! Exiting the monorail, I want to point out one of the things that I love. As you pull up and you see the people who are waiting for the monorail to get on it, and it's obviously their first time, and they have that gigantic smile on their face, like, oh, the monorail's here and I'm finally gonna ride it. I love it. I love seeing that. It's one of those little joys in life. I also want to point out that we left our room at 9/11 and we are in the parks. Monorail. We are in the parks. Actually, it's the monorail we just rode. We are in the parks by 9:38, so 27 minutes from the Polynesian, not from walking from our hotel room through the Grand Ceremonial House, stopping for coffee and getting on the monorail to here. That's actually pretty decent. By the way, if you haven't figured it out, Michelle and I did not rope drop today. We decided to just kind of have a leisurely Magic Kingdom day and get a little extra sleep in the morning. And you can see there's a lot of guests here right now who did this about the same thing, who probably left their hotel rooms around the same time that we did, which is right around the time that park opened for everybody. And it is a beautiful morning here in the Magic Kingdom. It is not brutally hot this morning, which is one of the first days we've had not doing that today. It's lovely, the crowds are lively, we love it. This is one of our favorite ways to enter Magic Kingdom. Now, I'm not going to point it out specifically, but I'm going to tell you that here, near the magic carpets of Aladdin, and somewhere in this image right now is the smallest hidden Mickey in the Magic Kingdom. Hi, Wendall. How you doing today? I love when you're dancing. Oh yes, your air guitar is also stellar. Thank you very much. One of Michelle and my favorite things to do kind of in the morning when we get here is just kind of do a quick circle tour of the Magic Kingdom, and we are just kind of checking out wait times. They're not horrific, but they're a little higher than we were expecting today. It's not a big deal, but we're heading over to Tomorrowland because I want to get some Joffrey's tea, because I actually like their tea better than Starbucks. I know, shocker. We're going to be heading over to Tomorrowland to kind of take care of that, but we're kind of enjoying. We just saw that Peter Pan's flight, I was guessing 80 minutes. Nope, 55. So like I said, not so bad. Small World, though, went from 20 to 35 while we were looking at it. Small World should never have a 35-minute wait. Michelle totally agrees with that one. To be honest, though, I kind of like this Gaston archery set. You don't usually see stuff for Gaston in the stores, so that's pretty cool. This toy is cool, and it's in the middle of Sir Mickey's, right next to Lumiere. A good sign that the park isn't too crowded is at this time of the morning that Seven Dwarfs only has a 65-minute wait. And I know I said only, but normally it's around 95 at this point in time in the morning. If you haven't gone on the hunt for the 50th celebration of statues lately, I highly recommend them. These are a lot of fun. This happens to be Michelle's personal favorite. This is the Cheshire Cat. She loves the Cheshire Cat. I love the fact they made it look like it's flowing out of the tree, which is definitely Cheshire Cat. Hey, Joffrey's, just a tip. When it is the morning time, when most people get their coffee, having both of your pickup windows open and taking orders would be a good idea, because as you can see, this line is long. I've been standing in it for 10 minutes and haven't moved. I've committed to it now because the Starbucks line was just as long, but I also don't feel like walking back to the front of the park just to get some caffeine. So this is a grumpy reminder from Carousel of Douglas that 2 windows in the morning is probably your better bet. There we go. Especially since this line is stretching past the entrance for Space Mountain now. All right, Buzz.
Hold on, Henley.
How you doing today? Have you gone to Infinity and Beyond, of course? Thanks, buddy. Well, the plan had been to get coffee and then come over here to the Carousel of Progress. Obviously, one of my favorite rides. But Michelle and I have to make our way over to the Contemporary for our lunch reservations at Steakhouse 71. So we'll be back to ride the Carousel of Progress. 42-minute tea line should never happen, Disney. So Michelle and I are making our way over the Contemporary. We decided to take the monorail. We could easily walk there, and we're fully capable of walking there, but monorail's more fun. Gotta be quick here, but I want to point out that one of the things that I think is good is that that's the express monorail. That's the one that's sitting right there. And the express monorail is waiting inside a building as they are backed up at the Magic Kingdom. So instead of waiting out in the sun, they're waiting inside the concourse. I've also seen them sometimes stop at the Polynesian. I actually really appreciate the fact that they do that. That's very kind to the cast members, because I was just saying to Michelle that I'm very glad to not be sitting in a hot metal tube. So Michelle and I are eating at the Steakhouse 71, which was formerly Wave of American Flavor. And right there it is, at the bottom of the escalator after you get off the monorail. Our reservations are for 11:30, and we're looking forward to checking out this revamping of a very fabulous restaurant. So we're hoping that it's just as fabulous as it used to be. I really love these photos of the Florida Project and Walt and Roy and all these early Disney ideas as you come in here, kind of celebrating Disney World as it was being built. It ends and culminates with the picture of the entire opening day cast, which I think is pretty awesome. While you're waiting here at Steakhouse 71, they have these beautifully appointed chairs in their lobby of the room. It's probably meant more for the lounge during the evening, but you can easily wait in here. It has these pretty cool light fixtures up here as well. Just a really nicely appointed space. It's well re-themed. It definitely does not look anywhere near what it used to look like as the Wave. I also love this Space Mountain artwork on the wall. That's really cool. We're already at our table. It was very quick to be seated. Mad props to Ruthie, who is one of the hostesses. Blue badge, obviously deserves it. Just an absolute gem of a human being. Cast members make the experience better. They do. And if you meet a blue badge, you always immediately know why they have that blue badge. Here's a quick look at the menu for you. I don't know what I want yet, but everything looks so good. I want to point out that there is something on here that I have had before because it's a carryover from the Wave, and that's the bacon and eggs. I'm not getting that today, but I will tell you, you should check out my review of the Wave of American Flavors because I had one of these. It is incredible. That pork belly, grits, and the perfectly poached egg is absolutely incredible. And they ported it over to this menu because it was such a huge fan favorite. One thing I will say about this restaurant right now is that it no longer looks like a cave. The Wave of the American Flavors should really have been called the Cave of the American Flavors. It was dark. All the decor was dark. It was, yeah, this is so much better. I also will point out that the chairs we were sitting in, these things are super comfortable. There's one of the chairs right there behind me. And these chairs are super comfortable. I'm like, I could like hang out here. So far impressed just by the decor change in this restaurant. They did a great job. And this overlay did not take very long either. Also, another thing I want to quick point out, this restaurant is not very full right now. It is 11:50, which is getting close to lunchtime. And there are plenty of tables left, which means that there were probably a bunch of reservations available around the 11:30, 12 o'clock mark, and you might have even been able to get a walk-up today. So just think about that. Just because it's not in a theme park doesn't mean it's not worth going to. And you can walk to and from Magic Kingdom here. So far, and I haven't even had any of the food yet, and I'm already impressed. And you should come here because if there's this many tables, you have a place for a good sit-down restaurant that's not at a signature price, especially at lunchtime. Michelle got herself the Steakhouse 71 chopped salad, which is the chopped iceberg, lettuce, cucumbers. It normally has grape tomatoes. She had them removed, carrots, dried cranberries, goat cheese, white balsamic vinaigrette, and brioche croutons. And first words out of her mouth were, it looks so pretty. I chose to go with the fried food because I'm a fat guy and I like the Steakhouse 71 onion rings, hand-breaded with spicy ranch dipping sauce, and these look really good, and I'm very excited to try these. Holy cow. Michelle's salad, I'm going to talk about that first. The Steakhouse 71 salad, they're so good. That white balsamic vinaigrette completely finishes out the flavors of that salad, and the creamy cheese, the goat cheese. Wow, so good. Michelle is like nodding in vigorously in agreement with me right now. I tried to just try to bite, ask her to try to bite. I couldn't believe how good it is. These onion rings are excellent, perfectly battered, nice and crispy, not too hot on the inside, which sometimes happens with onion rings. The spicy ranch is good dipping sauce, but wow, that Steakhouse 71 salad is good. Wow. First thing I want to point out, though, however, about these onion rings before I move on to the mains when they get here, this is vegan. It says on the bottom, made without animal meat, dairy, eggs, and honey. So it's vegan. That means the dressing is vegan, the onion rings are vegan, the oil they fried it in is vegan. So there you go. All right, well, Michelle and I are having a good laugh about this. She ordered the 1971 Sunset, which is Herradura Reposado Tequila, tropical juices, rosemary simple syrup, and house-made grenadine. But the one little thing I want to point out is that here's my hand, there's the drink. it says it serves 2 to 4 guests. They offered Michelle to have an option for herself, and she said, no, I want this version. I want the 2 to 4 version. She's sharing it with Grogu. I'm a little bit more simple. I went with the Florida Beer Company Key West Sunset Ale. Oh, and what do you think? Good? All right. Michelle's food has arrived. She ordered the gourmet grilled cheese, which is toasted brioche, Gruyere cheese, smoked Gouda, shredded pork belly, and caramelized onion jam with arugula. And she got the Parmesan fries as her side. I ordered the prime rib sandwich, just shaved prime rib, caramelized onions, herb aioli, provolone cheese, arugula, and a horseradish cream. Both of these look excellent, and we're about to dig in. Okay, I'm gonna start with these. You can never go wrong with a Parmesan waffle fry. These are crispy, perfectly cooked, very flavorful, just the right amount of saltiness and cheesiness, and they go really well. This prime rib sandwich is awesome. The thing that's surprising is how well the arugula helps this sandwich. It's got that little bit of that arugula sourness, and it adds to the overall flavor of the sandwich. The prime rib is perfectly cooked. The cheese, just the right amount of cheese, especially with that provolone, that nice sharp provolone, and I think the horseradish cream on it, it just the topping, the finishing topping, and the caramelized onions add that finishing sweetness to it. Now, I tried a bite of Michelle's grilled cheese sandwich. This pork belly adds a sweetness to that Gruyere cheese, the sharpness of the Gruyere cheese that complements each other perfectly, and that brioche bread, wow. I think that both of these are winners. I don't think I want to pick one that I think is better than the other. They're both excellent. I highly recommend both of them. Everything that has come in front of our faces today has been top-notch good. You are not paying a lot for this meal at lunch or dinner. It is not a signature experience. The food is excellent. The drinks are excellent. Everything is excellent. I tried a sip of Michelle's drink. Perfect little fruitiness. It's still making me laugh because that thing is gigantic and it's served in a fishbowl. But wow, blown away. Blown away. As a perfect complement to my meal, my Key West Sunset from the Florida Beer Company has a nice hoppiness that really finishes well with this prime rib sandwich. Cheers. Great stuff. So we decided to get dessert. This is the 15-layer Steakhouse 71 chocolate cake. It is layers of whiskey-infused chocolate cake, chocolate mousse, raspberries, and it has a little bit of gold foil on it right there. This looks amazing. Wow. I've been saying that a lot today, but that chocolate cake is amazing. The Jack Daniels, which they said was the whiskey that they used to infuse it with, the Jack Daniels complements the chocolate so well that it actually makes it chocolate taste even chocolatier. More chocolatey? I don't know. The raspberry compote on the plate also adds into the flavor. Just the perfect finish to that meal. I do have a drink coming to kind of finish out my day, but that chocolate cake, both of us are just like, we took one bite, looked at each other, we're like, wow. Just the right amount of sweetness to chocolate bitterness. So good. So good. So everything has been excellent. Our service especially. We've had Helen. Helen's great. I have had nothing but positive things to say about Helen. In fact, I threw her a cast compliment because she was such an amazing server. I want to point out that with our annual pass discount, this entire meal, including everything we ordered, is only $105.87. That's with 10% off for annual pass discount. all of that food in Disney for $105.87 at a sit-down restaurant, that is unheard of, especially with the drinks, the beer, the 2 to 4 person cocktail. Everything about this meal was amazing. Just the food was incredible, and only $105.87. Look, eat at Steakhouse 71. Everything was so good today that I doubt there's a single bad menu item. Wow. And I can't again say Helen's praises enough. Amazing server. Ask for her when you get here. Couldn't have asked for a better cast member. Thank you, Helen, for being so amazing. Michelle and I are on our way back to Magic Kingdom, and we're going to walk from the Contemporary. I'm going to time it with the stopwatch, and we'll see how long it takes. My guess is I think it's like 7 minutes from here to the special security drop-off, which is where I'm going to cut it off. So it doesn't take that long whatsoever. Maybe 5 at the pace that Michelle and I walk. We'll see. The walkway of the Contemporary kind of leaves the hotel and curves around this space here. You kind of see the security entrance for cars, so there to the left. And you then cross over a street and then you're on Magic Kingdom property. It's literally that close. You can see the difference. You have these more modern light posts, and then when you cross over, you can kind of see them in the distance. You will then see the more Main Street USA style lamp posts in the distance. They're about to cross in now. You can kind of see them. Oh, there's one. Just came out from behind the security tower all the way off in the distance. So you can tell when you cross property. You have, they do those kinds of subtle changes everywhere in the thing. And also you get a nice view of Space Mountain as you're on your way over there too. Literally 5:59 and 91 microseconds. There you go. That's how long it took to walk from the Contemporary to the security station. And now we're pretty much in the park. Walk from the Contemporary if you ever get a chance, because it's a lovely walk, and today is a beautiful day. It's nice and sunny, but it's not humid. There's a gentle breeze. So much different from the way that the weather has been in the rest of our vacation. Today's weather is absolutely gorgeous. Exciting news for anybody who is a fan of getting alternate forms of transportation to the parks. The service of minivans that's operated by Lyft has returned, but we've been seeing a lot of them, especially to Magic Kingdom. I think currently that's the main park we've seen them taking people to, but those Lyft transportation have come in handy for us a number of times. So check out them. Prices aren't too bad, a little bit on the expensive side to the airport, but other than that, very good. How's your day going today, Tommy?
Good, so far. How was yours?
Oh, excellent. We just ate at Steakhouse 71. Oh my goodness, was that amazing?
Really? I've never been. Hey, oops, sorry. Try again,
no,
please.
don't apologize. I've been having this trouble all week.
Oh, really? How's that? It's just... There it is. Second try.
Yeah, 2 tries. There we go. Thanks, Tommy. The Steakhouse 71, incredible. Oh, that's the Cavalcade. That's the Boulder Creek. That's the Boulder Creek.
No pressure. There you go.
We're doing a make good on the Carousel of Progress. Oh yeah.
Welcome to Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. You're in for a real treat.
And we've got a house full of new electrical servants. Mr. Edison sure added life to our home. Whoa there, you'll blow a fuse. Drat, that's the 3rd one this week. I buy fuses by the case. Uh-oh, and I've blown the whole neighborhood again.
Everything is automated today, including that.
No privacy at all around this place.
Sorry, Orville.
Don't worry, Dad. Someday, everything's going to be so automated, you won't ever have to cook another Christmas turkey again.
There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow's just a dream away.
Have a great, big, beautiful day. And remember, tomorrow is just a dream away.
gotta have a moment here. There's a reason why I named my channel Carousel of Douglas. It's this ride. This ride right here represents everything to me that Walt Disney stood for. I love Walt Disney World. I love the innovation of the fact that they care about us as guests. They care about what they present to us as guests. Everything about Walt Disney World is brought to life in the Carousel of Progress show. All about moving forward and being aware of where you've been. That's why I named my channel Carousel of Douglas, because I think that the Carousel of Progress is the quintessential idea of what Walt Disney meant to this world. He's a great man. We lost him too soon, but his legacy lives on, especially with rides like Carousel of Progress. I hope you enjoyed that ride too, because I love it. Unfortunately, we didn't get there fast enough to see it, but right as we got to the hub, this massive dance troupe went through, called Dance the World. It's called World Strides, is what I read off their banner off the back. It was huge. It was going from the back of Main Street all the way to the front. And it was obviously kind of like them setting up the front of the parade, which is going to run at 3 o'clock, which brings me to my next point. If you want to be able to get on some rides, at the time of this festival fantasy parade, at 12 and 3 o'clock, people will line the streets instead of being on rides. So that's the time you should head to rides, because then the lines will be a lot shorter. I almost got taken out by a door that swung open in the breeze off of a supply cart there. You will be able to get on rides with less wait time. We're heading to Pirates right now because according to what we can see, it says 35 minutes. And we're trying to do this entire day without Genie Plus. We'll see. And so far it's going okay, except for that coffee line this morning, which I'm still on about, even though I've had plenty of caffeine now. So Michelle and I are heading to Pirates, see how that wait time is. By the way, just letting you know, this area right by the Magic Carpet's Aladdin, and watch out, that camel does actually spit. This is like a major choke point. It just sucks up people into it as they're traveling through and really slows down. So just be prepared for that. You may end up in a pretty tight crowd with people not really understanding what side they're supposed to pass on or anything like that. So just be careful when you come here. Nothing like that old pirate smell. I want to say that Pirates is handling this the best out of all the Lightning Lane rides I have seen. Everyone that you can see in that line over there is all Lightning Lane people. At the divider, they sent everybody from the Lightning Lane. You can see it happening up here. They sent everyone from the Lightning Lane to the right and everyone from the standby lane to the left. So we were in standby, so we went to the left, and that is helping the line actually move and why the wait time is at 35 minutes.
Run up your white flag, you scurvy scum, and bring me Captain Jack Sparrow, or I'll be sending you to Davy Jones.
Hey, send them hints to Davy Jones. It's the rum they want. Drink up me hearties.
Here, kitty, kitty,
Drink up, lads. There's treasure enough for all. I shall take this paltry sum as a stipend to cover my expenses.
12 minutes. It said 35, 12 minutes to the start of the ride. And then, of course, Pirates is one of our favorites. We always say if we haven't gone on Pirates, we haven't been to Magic Kingdom. Unfortunately, we do need to make comments about the fact that we totally were able to tell that the group of people behind us in the boat were going to be an interesting time. Let's put it that way. When the parent decided to stand up in the boat. Yeah, you heard me. They stood up in the boat.
was no surprise the kids were
And then the kids
not well behaved.
were not well behaved throughout the rest of the ride. Please remember there are other guests in the park when you're here, but I'd appreciate it, all right? But other than that, we really, really love that ride. And we will sometimes ask for front row. Not always, but sometimes we do. Still love it. Michelle just decided to purchase the Ray-Bans here, the Mickey Ray-Bans, and we're going to be picking those up. I was just told though, if you pick those up, you get $60 off anything not Ray-Ban in the store if you pick these up. And I've also been told by the amazing cast member Mike that you should definitely pick them up if you decide you want them when you see them, because they can go quickly. Oh yeah, look at Michelle's amazing sunglasses. I mean, she already looks amazing as it is, so didn't need much help. But those are beautiful, and they look good on her too. Just so you know, these do not get an annual pass holder discount. You pay full price for these. I know. Give you a little tidbit about that flag that's up there. Now, if you see the flag all the way down there on the end of Main Street, that is a real United States flag. The reason why I say it like that is because according to flag law, at sundown you are to remove all real United States flags. These flags on Main Street that fly high on the top of the buildings, so they do not need to remove them all the time, are not official United States flags. Either missing a star or they're missing a stripe, just so you can have that Americana feel without having to follow US flag law. Just thought I'd let you know. Now, every day at 5 p.m., they pulled that flag down in a really awesome ceremony. Just a little thing about the flags on Main Street. Donald Duck's family there enjoying the waterfall here outside of Tomorrowland. How cute. Michelle got herself one of her favorite pastries. This is the Cheshire Cat Tail. It has multicolored icing and it's a chocolate croissant underneath there. And we already can just tell you this is amazing. Every time we've had it, we've loved it, and it was gone for a little while, and it was hit Starlight Rays for a little while, and now it's back in its normal spot at the Cheshire Cafe here on the side. But Michelle loves this. They're very, very tasty, and she's going to definitely enjoy this, right? If you don't see it, right there is one of the best hidden Mickeys on property, because when you line it up with this, on November 18th, it shines Mickey's head onto the floor right here on his birthday, which I think is one of the coolest hidden Mickeys on this entire park. That was literally the most of the Little Mermaid queue we have ever seen. It only took 20 minutes, but it was still the most of the Little Mermaid queue we have ever seen.
Well, anyway, Ariel fell in love with a Jour. Then King Triton got all mad and told Sebastian the Crab to watch over her.
We went to land full stops to cook, under the sea we out to hook.
It's like rolling everything that everyone wants to get the girl into a hell good.
Yes, indeed.
Nuts. I don't come to me. But anyway, that's the story of our Little Mermaid.
I think that's one of Michelle's favorite nostalgic rides. Am I correct on that one?
Yeah.
Because Little Mermaid's Michelle's favorite Disney princess movie. So we always ride that one. I like it, it's fun, but dead serious when I was in the line before, that is the longest we've ever been in that queue. I don't think I've ever seen that much of the queue, ever. It was unusually long. 20 minutes wasn't long, but yeah. Nice and what?
Nice and cool.
Oh yeah, nice and cool. The air conditioning was rather nice. Very excited to see Bonjour Village Gifts open. We haven't seen this open, I think, in years at this point. And today we walked in and Bonjour Village Gifts is actually open. We were here just a few days ago. It was definitely closed, and we have not seen this open, and that's awesome. This is right here by Gaston's Tavern. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Oh look, there's the beautiful wife coming, and Gaston's Tavern right there. So to the right of Gaston's Tavern, and this is a Beauty and the Beast themed shop. It often has little bit higher end merch in it and really, really great stuff to look at. So I recommend checking this out if it's open. I want to say, if you don't know this, Prince Charming's Regal Carousel is actually the oldest ride on property. This carousel was actually built in the 1900s by the Philadelphia Organ Company. So I have a little bit of an attachment to it because it was built by a company out in Philadelphia. And it is the oldest ride in Walt Disney World. I'm not exactly certain on the actual year, but I know it was the early 1900s. That's in between 1900 and 1910 that this was built. And Disney brought it here and restored it. We have an unfortunate standing rule in the Carousel of Douglas household, and that is we are only allowed to go on Small World when it's a walk-on. Am I wrong? She's the one who enforces the rule, by the way. I love Small World. Michelle tolerates it because I love it. So that's the way to put it. So yeah, there you go. So we're only allowed to go on Small World when it's a walk-on. Right now, it's not. It is a 20-minute wait. So we're not going on Small World. But Peter Pan, as we went past it, was 95 minutes. That ride is awesome, and I love it for the nostalgia, especially since Disney himself designed that ride. But it loads so slowly. That's why it takes so long to fill that line out. Now the queue is cool because it's very interactive. It's actually one of the first interactive queues in all Disney parks. They tested out interactivity on that ride itself, but it's not worth the 95-minute wait crammed into that little tiny space. Am I correct in that assumption that you agree with me on that one? Yeah, it's a tiny little space that they cram you in. Not fun. But because Michelle's wearing her awesome dress, we have come to our next ride, and that is the Haunted Mansion. While we're in line here for the Haunted Mansion, I want to talk about a really nice little queue thing that not many people notice. Yes, there's the interactive part of the Haunted Mansion, but there's also the murder mystery. When we get to it, I'm going to talk about that murder mystery. That murder mystery has more than that bus. It's like 5 buses. But you have Uncle Jacob, you have his son Bertie, you have Wellington and Forsythia, and you have Cousin Maud. And your job is to read their epitaphs and figure out who killed who and who was the last one dead. It's kind of an interesting one. If you don't want to see it, make sure you jump ahead in the video. I'll put the time step to jump ahead to. But that murder mystery is actually a lot of fun to solve. So as I said before, there is a murder mystery to solve in the courtyard as you're walking in. And if you don't want to hear the spoilers for the murder mystery, now's your chance to move ahead. I'll put the time again at the bottom. But that murder mystery starts with Uncle Jacob. And Uncle Jacob has on his epitaph, greed was the poison he had swallowed. He went first, the others followed. His killer's face he surely knew. Now try to discover who killed who. So there's the murder mystery brought forward. Now, his brother, Bertie, is the next one you should look at because around Bertie's neck is a snake, a poisonous snake. And poison killed Jacob. So, avid hunter and expert shot, in the end, that's what he got. So he was obviously shot, and the person who has a gun in their epitaph picture and their statue is Aunt Florence. Aunt Florence says, never did a dishonorable deed, yet found face down in canary seed. So she was obviously killed by being drowned in canary seed. And if you look at the twins, that's Wellington and Forsythia. Wellington and Forsythia, their epitaph reads, departed life while in their beds with identical bumps on their heads. So someone beat them. So if you look carefully at Cousin Maud, who's actually not a cousin, she's their nanny and was the only Dread family person left over after all those murders. And Cousin Maud's epitaph reads, our sleeping beauty never woke the night her dreams went up in smoke. And I won't tell you who killed Cousin Maud because there is a big clue to who killed Cousin Maud, and it's a surprising one, that's actually on the ride and kind of hard to find. So I will leave that to you. But that is the murder mystery of the Haunted Mansion statues that you see in the courtyard on your way into the ride. I hope you enjoyed that one.
Wizards and witches, wherever you dwell, give us a hint by ringing the bell.
Rise and don't try to hide. Or a sailing steep may sit by your side.
Now, Michelle and I are in line to get the special magic photo that they offer at the exit queue. It's right across from the hearse, which, by the way, this hearse is actually a real used funeral hearse. And it actually transported real human bodies in it at one point in time. This is not a prop. This is a real hearse. So right here you can see the cheeseburger and pastrami spring rolls. My cheeseburger one is underneath the wrapper, it's right there. And then this is the pastrami spring roll. This is a 50th celebration spring roll. And this is the garlic aioli that goes with the cheeseburger spring roll. And this is the honey mustard that goes with the pastrami spring roll. These are some of my favorite snacks in all of Magic Kingdom. I do not like the fact that they did a major price increase on them recently because I really feel like they're not quite worth what we pay for them, but these are something that we like to get regularly when we come to Disney World. And the pastrami one is excellent. I'm gonna try that pastrami, dipping it into the honey mustard. Let's try that out.
Too hot for this. Gabriella, get down and move. A little too much.
Very good. I really like it with the honey mustard. The honey mustard completes this one very well. The pastrami, well seasoned, and it has just everything about it is excellent. This is really good. I like this pastrami one. I would get a pair of these. What do you think of the cheeseburger spring rolls?
Pretty good.
Yeah. What do you like about them?
Cheeseburgery.
Do they taste like the ones I make at home?
Similar.
I think they're better here. You can say it, it's okay. You won't hurt my feelings.
I don't know. I don't love this sauce. I don't know why I just dipped it in there again.
Still like it though, even with the sauce? Awesome. Hey Michelle, if you're gonna get iconic Disney World snacks, what are you gonna get?
Most people will probably say Mickey bars, but I'm going for Dole Whip.
Ah, yeah, I agree. Dole Whip. Yep. Cheeseburger spring rolls, then Dole Whip. That's right, Dole Whip. Michelle's favorite, all coconut, and my favorite, pineapple and coconut swirl. Love these, just like the cheeseburger spring rolls, but this is a great way to kind of have dessert after our savory snack. My only issue with Dole Whip, it's not a real issue. It's just that in the Florida heat, it melts so fast that you feel compelled to eat it so fast that you get a brain freeze from it. I'm like on the verge of brain freeze with almost every single spoonful because I'm eating it so quickly, but I love it so much I didn't want to eat it cold. Michelle and I have decided that we're going to do Splash Mountain, considering the fact that they're really starting to bring that rumor back about the Princess and the Frog overlay. So we decided to get in the line. The time said 55 minutes. We're going to see if it's actually 55 minutes to do this ride, but we like it. We always ask for back row Just a little tip for you. And Splash Mountain's a lot of fun. The story's fun. The songs are fun. Getting soaked, not so fun, but if you sit in the last row, you have a lesser chance of getting smoked. Usually get you just in the face. But we'll see if it's actually 55 minutes. 53 minutes to get on the ride. Predicted 55, so it's pretty much dead on. And we requested last row, so it's gonna be fun. Here we go, Splash Mountain.
Is that Jamboree rabbit? You'll run out of breath. Oh, don't sit back. Get calm yourself. We'll dance like a dog. Solo, please. Every place done gonna give you hives. Well, that's right, man. Home sweet home is the lesson today.
We didn't get all that wet, did we? Did we, Grogu? No. Splash Mountain, always fun. What do you do when you go on Splash Mountain? You get right off and you go on Thunder Mountain. It's mountain to mountain. Right, Michelle? Yeah.
Are wearing hats or glasses. Best remove them, because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness!
Fun. It said 35 minutes, let's say it was 15, maybe. Not 100% certain, but always a fun time on Big Thunder Mountain, especially at night. I love it at night when it started getting dark out. Michelle and I right now have decided that we're gonna do rides tonight instead of fireworks. So we're gonna head over to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train because I'm pretty sure that that is going to be pretty low because fireworks start in less than an hour. People are all packed into the hub trying to get their fireworks spot. And so we're gonna do Seven Dwarfs instead. Probably get on it relatively quickly like we just did with Big Thunder Mountain. Michelle and I got into line at Mine Train. A little dark over here, but I'm using the lamp light here. The sign says 80 minutes. The cast members, when I asked them, do they believe the sign? Because that's usually the way I ask them so they don't have to give me some number answer. They said no. So we're going to see how long it takes. I'm really glad to see these line touch points back and active so people can play with them. As you can see, people have a lot of fun with them. It's so nice to see them back up and active to kind of stimulate people as they're like standing in this line for so long. We achieved a Disney bucket list by being on Mine Train when the fireworks are going off. And unfortunately, my microphone came unplugged. So at least we saw it. You saw it. Probably made a musical montage of it or something. But that was such an amazing event. To be able to be on Mine Train and see the fireworks. Just so awesome. Never had an opportunity to do that before. Be on one of the rides, like while the fireworks are going on. And now we walked into Peter Pan, and Peter Pan has had like over 90 minutes, like pretty much all day. Maybe the lowest we saw maybe was 60. And so now we're in line and pretty much already in the Darling's bedroom, which is a good sign. So we'll be on the ride soon. Nice. This is what you do. If you don't want to watch fireworks, you can get on a lot of rides. Yeah, our big tip for Peter Pan's flight, because Peter Pan's flight is busy all day long. Come right after the fireworks end or during the fireworks, you will pretty much walk right on it. It's been about 15 minutes. I mean, that's a walk-on for Peter Pan's flight, because normally it's like 60 to 90 minutes all day long. So, yeah. Peter Pan's flight, do it immediately following the fireworks or right during the fireworks, and you'll get right on it. Or try to rope drop it. The ride's worth getting on, but not waiting 60 to 90 minutes for it, just to be honest. Maybe if you have little kids, because little kids will love it. But as adults, not so much. Excellent pixie dust.
Come on, everybody. Here we go.
Like I said, Peter Pan's flight, always nice, always fun, but not worth really, really long waits if you're not with kids, in our opinion. But still a lot of fun. It's an original OG Disney World ride. We're gonna make our way towards the exit now. It's getting late. We've had a long day and we've loved it. All right, well, it's been a good day in Magic Kingdom, and Steakhouse 71, that was just phenomenal, that meal. Started out a little weird with that weird Joffrey's incident, but other than that, it's been an awesome day. We actually got on more rides than we expected. Yeah, absolutely. We rode so many rides. We waited and everything. No Genie Plus, no nothing. And nothing was as advertised except for Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain was the only thing that was as long as it was. Everything else was way shorter. I mean, Mine Train said 80, we got on in 32, so. Yeah, we'll take it. Anyway, we hope you've enjoyed our day in the Magic Kingdom today. Please make sure you look at all of our other trip vlogs. We've been all over Walt Disney World for the past week or so, and we still have a bunch of more days to go. We're really glad to share our tips and tricks and all our fun times with you. And all we're gonna say is, hey, hit that subscribe button. You wanna see more of this stuff, all right? We'd appreciate it. And as we always say, we don't like to say goodbye because we're gonna see you real soon. So we say, see ya, bye.